Hello everyone and welcome to our podcast with CompuMatter, Tech Translated. And today we're going to go over a bunch of different things that might help you understand your computers better and technology and have a little bit of fun while we're at it. I'm Auren. If you guys want to introduce yourself.
I'm Douglas from CompuMatter, the manager down here. And
I'm Jay, the owner of CompuMatter. And, we're not experts at this stuff, so we're getting better all the time. So a few glitches are part of the process.
all right, we're live. Oh, can we hear us?
That's a good thing to check.
Yeah.
And the goal of these podcasts are, just as the title says, to translate technology, to take geeky things, whatever they may be, and to translate it into a language that the rest of you will understand. And they're common things that walk through our computer store on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And we've got a list of things that we're going to talk about, but if anybody watching has some question that they might like to ask, jump in, ask the question in your chat area, and we'll see it on the screen here and can respond to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so any questions you want to throw out there? Otherwise, we're just going to wing it on which ones we go over. And let's see here. I mean, one that I wanted to bring up, it's not even on the sheet, is hotkeys.
Hotkeys.
And just because there's ones that I commonly use every day that I think the majority of people, if they knew they were there, would use.
Is that like on a laptop when it overheats and the keys get real hot?
No, it's like key combos to help you shortcut to different functions on the computer.
Okay. All right, let's talk a little bit about hotkeys.
All right. Well, I was going to ask you guys your favorites. I already got one loaded if you want me to just...
Yeah, go ahead, because I actually don't use hotkeys myself.
You don't Alt-Tab?
I do Alt-Tab.
Get out of here.
I do. In fact, I Control-Escape, I Hot-Tab.
Okay. So Alt-Tab on your keyboard, if I can't really show that live,
we might be able to. Let's try it.
So if I hold Alt and hit the Tab key, yeah, there we go. So if I keep...
Oh, hold on a second. Let's get rid of the center talent.
If I keep holding the Alt key and hit Tab, it'll cycle through every window I have open on the computer.
Right. So he's holding down the alternate key, and while that's held down, he's pressing the Tab key.
And if you just hit it once, it'll just pop over to the last thing that you were on. And so I can just switch back and forth from one window to the other if I just strike Alt-Tab real quick.
All right, and just demonstrate, I'm going to hold down my alternate key is held down right now. I'm going to hit the Tab key one time, and they all show up. And now if I hit it again, you see the little white bar going over one of them. If I release on any one of these, which I'll do, we immediately get to see whatever is in that window. So that way, if you've got
and this is a common one. I use this every day for sure. And I got
programs.
Somebody in the comments, Control Command Q.
Sounds
okay,
like
and
Mac.
that's on the Apple side for sure.
Control Command Q for the Apple users. Okay, that's Jay Calero.
Hey, Jason, how's it going?
Well known in our world as Jason Calero, an employee here at CompuMatter for, I don't know, was it 15 years or?
Yeah.
Might have been. Good to see you, buddy. So Control Command Q, is that the equivalent of the alternate tab?
I would have to assume that is.
Is that what you're saying, Jason?
I have not used that one on the Mac side. Or no, I think it's just Command Tab. For
Command Tab?
Yeah.
In an Apple. Okay.
On the Apple,
All
I think it's just Command Tab.
All right. Well, he's not giving us a follow-up on that, but we've got control.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
That is the way
right.
to do it.
So same thing on a Mac. All right. Well, Mac, you feel free to chime in anytime, Jason, with whatever you want to add to that.
And then, do you have any commonly used hotkeys or shortcuts?
You know what? I use Control Escape all the time, which will bring up that brings up the Start menu in Windows. Control Escape, and here's another one. Control Alt S. Let me minimize this a second. Control Alt S. That will. No, excuse me. The window key, Control S. No, that's speech recognition.
Are you looking for the snipping tool?
Yes.
I was going to do that one.
What is that? Windows Shift?
Windows Shift S.
Oh, yeah. Windows Shift S.
Okay, that's it. The Windows key, the Shift key, and the letter S brings up this crosshair, and then you can take a screenshot of anything you want that's on the screen. So let me use the alternate key and the Tab key to go back to that other thing that we were talking about, that other pretty picture right there. Now let's say I want to take a screenshot of this. I'm going to hold down my Windows key, my Shift key, and while they're held down, I'm going to press the S as in Sally key one time. That turns this into a crosshair, and if I want to just grab a picture of this horse and what's going on down here, and then release, it puts it in the clipboard. It's supposed to pop it up in front of me. That was a total fail.
You might have notifications off of.
Oh
I've
yeah,
run
you
into
can
that.
you can turn notifications off so that doesn't pop right up. So it just saves.
But
it.
I do know that I have it. So if I'm going to open up one of my Paint type programs here, and then I'll just paste that in there so you can see that it did actually work. So there it is in the clipboard. That puts it in the clipboard. You can then paste it in a Word document or paste it wherever you want to paste it.
Yeah.
Okay, back to a full screen. That wasn't our background, was it? Okay, there we are. All right, and we'll get rid of the speech recognition. All right, so that's
all talent.
Huh? All talent. All right, so all right, we're back. So that's how screenshots, how to move between programs, Control Alt Delete.
That's a common one. Most people know about
Everybody
that one.
knows that one. That gets us there to the task manager. Other users. And oh yeah, that's right. And
right in the way.
and so I think the whole world knows about that one.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully.
Any other shortcut keys?
Yeah, I got one.
Since I hijacked yours. Okay, Auren's going to go ahead and show us one.
All right, so Windows key V. I love this. I use this all the time. You got to be careful about if you copy and paste passwords all the time. It does save some history until you reboot your computer. So just be cautious of that.
Okay.
But I can turn this on.
Okay.
And what this does is anytime I want to copy and paste something, it keeps a history.
Let's do it. Show it. Turn it on.
All right.
I've never used this feature. I didn't even know about this feature. Okay, so clipboard's empty.
Yep. Now, it's okay if I just open a random browser here.
Yep. Just pull it over.
Yep.
All right. One of these days is going to get us in trouble because this is my monitor. I'll have my own passwords that are up in front of us.
Yeah, you have LastPass open with a list of them.
So she's copying some clipboard text. Okay.
You can do a lot of just whatever you'd like.
Copying some more stuff. All right. Can you
I'll
copy
do 3.
pictures too, or is it just text?
Pictures too.
Pictures too. Oh, give me an example of that.
Let's see.
How appropriate that it's cat images.
Has to be.
Okay.
All right. So now I'm going to press Windows key V.
As in Victor. All right.
And then look at that. Okay, so it might just be screenshots in here.
All right.
I don't know if I can copy an image straight from Google, but I know using the shortcut we just did, I can do Windows key Shift S.
Right.
And then if I do Windows key V again to go back, now that cat's right there too.
Well, that's a great feature. So that's a history of the things you've put in clipboard that you can use over and over again.
So if you copy multiple things, you don't want to go back to the original source of the first thing you copied. You can have it all there.
Have you ever found out that all of a sudden all that stuff just disappears and blows out? How dependable is that?
So it blows out as soon as you reboot your computer. However, you can pin something by using the 3 dots here. If you wanted to keep this on your machine forever, even after a reboot, you can pin it.
Oh, so you use it to keep notes.
So if you pin it, it'll stay in this clipboard.
Correct. So I can pin both of these, and then if I hit clear all, it'll keep those 2.
Oh, cool. So and that will survive a reboot.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. All right, so even we learn when one of the other
There's all sorts of
talking
functions.
about something.
One I'd like to start using, I haven't become just second nature of it, but the Windows key and all of the numbers at the top. So if I hold down the Windows key and press the number 1, it will open the stuff on your taskbar. And so if I do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to get rid of us on the talent so I can see this?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th thing is the File Explorer. So if I hold down the Windows key and hit 5, it'll open up the File Explorer.
So 5 is hit me with that one more time.
And then 6 is Firefox.
And it's just going down the line of things on your taskbar.
Command prompt.
On the bottom row of my taskbar.
Yeah. So I can trigger those things off of holding the Windows key and then hitting whatever number of icon it is on your taskbar.
Okay, so each one of these things at the bottom of the taskbar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as we work our way across.
Yeah, you just hold the Windows key and then hit whatever number it is,
Oh, that's
and it'll
interesting.
pop that up.
All right.
But
And
1 is the start menu?
No, 1 is the first thing, so
Oh,
it
okay.
uld be Thunderbird in this instance.
All right.
That's coffee cup.
No.
So that's probably initially created for handicapped, or what do they call that? Assistive.
Accessibility.
Yeah, accessibility.
Assistive type stuff. Accessibility. Yeah, very cool. All right. Let's get the background back up there and put us back in there. And we've got something from Jason. Says Windows key plus R.
Yep. That's a good one. It's the run command.
Okay, so by
Oh,
the
yeah.
way, the control command Q that he talked about earlier, there was an exclamation point at the end of that, which I did not recognize. So that's 4 total keys. And that was to do the equivalent of a shift tab.
I don't think so. I think he's just expressing.
I don't know. See? I'm left with a...
'Cause
Command-
he
yeah,
said
command-
control command Q later on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, come on. Is how you lock the local workstation. So that's a different thing.
Oh, okay.
So the exclamation point I forgot earlier. But you guys can... I don't know if you can see that on chat or not. Yes, you can see that
But
in chat.
the Windows R, I don't know that the common use
Oh,
it.
now he's telling me to ignore the exclamation point.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so yeah, I'll let the audience take from that what they can, but it looks like the control command Q is how you lock the workstation, not how you tab through things.
Yep. And this is the Windows key R. If you wanted to launch a particular thing, you could do that through here. Pretty
Okay.
useful tool.
They can't see that, it's behind you.
They can't.
The
No?
Windows key R,
You
which
would
is
be
There you
right.
go.
Yep.
there we
It
go.
launches that.
okay. Windows R to launch the run command, and there's a variety of things that you can type from there.
For example, that if it.
Well, that's kind of an interesting one. msconfig.
Yeah.
So she's just done a command R and launched msconfig, and we'll just do one of those bubble ups here since we're there. System configuration, you see you've got normal startup, diagnostic startup, selective startup, and so on. We have used this as technicians. Certainly Jason will recognize this as well. We start off by hiding all Microsoft services, and then we can look at the different services that start when your computer starts up. And by hiding the Microsoft, we're less likely to get into trouble by disabling something needed to start your computer up. There's a whole long list of other things that start when your computer starts up. And you can go down the list and disable the things that you see here that you know you don't want starting up and apply that.
And we always
okay,
recommend
so-
looking up whatever it is you're turning off, just
Yeah.
in case it does have connective tissue to some other
But
program
none of these
that's
will
running.
stop your computer from starting.
Right.
Because we've turned off the windows. So nobody dies. And then startup area, the startup tab, you can open the task manager from there and further your disabling of startup programs by coming over here and hitting disable next to the things that you don't want to start up.
And Microsoft Edge is always in there. I always recommend disabling Microsoft Edge. There's no reason for it to be starting up with your computer.
And so all that
Yep.
came from the shortcut command, Windows key R, typing in msconfig, and hitting enter, and up came that window.
Yep.
And Jason chimes in Windows L.
No, that's Joe.
So that's probably-
That's Joe
Joe.
McManus.
Oh, Joe, my apologies, Joe. Joe and Jay look very similar. In fact, funny thing is, my name's Jay, and I've got a brother Joe, so it really looks familiar. Okay, so
Log out.
Windows L. So if somebody's sneaking up behind you and you don't want them to see what you're looking
Is
at,
it still recording?
the Windows L.
I think so. We'll see. See if we just don't Alt F4.
Let's see if I can get back. Yeah, Joe just might have bumped us out of the program completely.
That's pretty funny.
Okay. All right. Are we still recording?
Yeah,
Yeah,
still
we're
on there.
good.
All right.
Hopefully all of that got on there. Locks the computer quickly. Yes, Joe, I don't know what you're hiding, but that's a good key combination. Just kidding, of course. Okay. So, what else? That's it. Thank you, Joe. That's a good one. Windows key L. So shortcut keys are very handy for a lot of reasons, and you could probably Google Windows shortcut keys and find a long list
I'm
of
sure there's
shortcut
hundreds.
keys that do. Control P.
Yeah. That's
Control
very
P.
useful.
For printing?
If you ever have to go to the bathroom, Control P will do this. So let's see. No talent for a second.
I think you need to
Well,
have
you got to be on something.
I've got to have something to do it with. Okay, hold on.
Oh, our background image would work.
Yeah, there we go.
Here, Alt-Tab.
All right. So, yeah, we'll get back to the
We'll
background.
just Alt-Tab over to that.
Okay, good. Control P brings up your printer dialog box. So instead of having to hit File, Menu, Print, and all that kind of stuff, a simple Control P on anything that's printable will bring up what you see there.
Oh, and something everyone should know if you're in Word or Document Writer is Control S. It could save your butt in so many situations. Just hitting Control S while you're working on something, you have less likelihood of losing what you're working on.
Saves my life on a regular. You want to chime in on that?
I would say I've done a lot of document editing before, and Control S, I've integrated it into whatever I do at this point so that I constantly save my progress. I have lost documents not doing that. So
and there's a lot of programs that have Control S built into it.
It's an unconscious behavior for me. I've been in this business for decades, and I'm a programmer, and I'll be writing a lot of code, and all of a sudden, back in the old days of Windows, freezes, blue screens, things like that, all of a sudden, boom, there it is, and you've lost everything. I remember a diary entry. I used to keep a diary on the computer and get this long written thing, and boom, something goes wrong and it's gone. And you get 3 hours of whatever it is sitting there that just vaporized. That'll certainly get you in the habit of Control S. And so
Control S.
My thumb and my left pinky, and I think I've got that one down. When I'm dead in my casket, you might just see this nerve still working.
Nervous tension of make sure it's all backed up. Yeah, that was a good one to go over because that one might be used just as much as my Alt-Tab getting around through programs.
Yeah, and it's unconscious for us that are in the business.
Absolutely.
We know how important it is.
Yeah, I almost forgot about mentioning it.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, no, that's one of the best ones.
Oh, he's got a good suggestion. Control plus or Control minus.
Oh yeah, Control plus and Control minus if you're in a browser, and again in a lot of other programs.
Let's show them. We'll take a browser up here.
Will it even work in this?
There you go.
Yeah, it'll even work in this. So holding Control and hitting plus zooms in, and hitting minus zooms out. So if you're having a problem reading something, or you just want something to be bigger or more in focus, you can just zoom in and zoom out with that.
Yeah, Control plus and minus is one I use all the time. And if people have eyesight problems, not that I do, I don't really need these glasses, they're just for looks. If you're really trying to zoom in on something, that's a real biggie.
And if you have a bigger monitor, higher resolution, then it makes it a little bit easier to see things on it. If it's getting really, really high resolution, they can be really tiny sometimes.
Yeah, wow, there's a lot more key combinations that are regularly used that I just, remember at the beginning of this, I said, well, I don't really use key combinations.
They're like, oh,
yeah, well, you do, I'm sure.
Well, they're subconscious. After a while, they're just in the back. How to pop around using them.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy that I would have said that. All right, well, I think unless anybody else has something, we will, and thank you once again. I'm going to call you Jay, even though my name is Jay. When we were working together, Jay called himself Jason to make it easier for customers to know which one of us they were talking about when they came in the door.
Yeah, and a common one was I was Jay's son. So people would say, are you Jay's son? And I'd go, no, I'm Douglas, Jay's son. Oh, wait, yes, I am Jay's son.
Because I have another son named Jason, or at least he used to be named Jason.
Yeah, we had that had three Jay sons in the same place.
He changed his name. Well, he didn't change his name. He took his original name back again, which was James. It's a long story, but I'll give you the short version. My best friend, James Lepore, passed away at too early an age of 25 years old, and I wanted to honor him by calling my first son named after him, James. And Joanne, that one's as much for you as it is for him and me. But I also always wanted to have my first son named Jay's son, Jason, because it was so cool. So I was conflicted. So I named him James and I called him Jason.
You got the best of both.
And so then he became conflicted. And when he was 18 years old, I think, he said, "That's it. I'm done. I'm going to with James."
That's funny.
All right.
My brother's name is Jason.
Oh yeah, there's another one. Well, he can come over and work as well, and then we'll have,
Is
we'll
he
have 4 of them.
conflicted, or is that he's only got the one name?
Just the one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's easier.
All right, well, I think we got to cut this one short because we're opening up the store, and we got customers that
It's
are
only 10
that are
past
on their
11.
way.
We're just getting this party started.
I mean, we can.
We got a sign on the door, right?
Yeah.
Till when?
11:30.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. All right.
Okay. We have put a sign on the door. We don't like to do that, but we put a sign on the door saying we're running a little late because this technology wasn't cooperating this morning. Between microphones and cameras and blurs and
autofocus.
And one's taller than the other, one's farther back than the other. Like I said, this is still an
Right,
evolving art.
Do you want to continue to bubble off of hotkeys, or do you want to pick something else from the list?
Control C and Control V. I use it all the time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we talked about copying and backing things up before. So Control
C and Control V. Those are big ones. Okay. You've got a document open. Let's see, Notepad, right?
Sure.
All right. Slide that over. All right, so you've got a document open, or you've got a website open. It could be anything, right? All right.
Control A can select all of it.
Oh yeah, Control A. That's right. Control A gets it all.
Control C copies
Control
it.
C. Now put it in the clipboard. Now let's go down. Oh, look at
There
you
it
showing
is.
off that thing.
So that's Windows V will show you your copy history.
Windows V shows us what we copied. Now if we go down here and want to paste it somewhere else or in a different document, Control V.
That pastes the last copied item.
Right, and it stays in the clipboard over and over again.
And if I go into the clipboard, can I just click on one of these other ones and then Control V?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
okay, all right.
Okay.
And that'll just be the last one.
All right, Control C, Control V, got it.
Control A, and then Control X will also copy it, but it'll remove it from where it's located.
Right. Oh, and while we're here, let's do
So Control V, put it back.
While we're here, let's do a Control W to finish off Notepad. Control W closes the program, and we won't save it.
So it's really important.
Yeah.
We have to do one more now that we're on the topic.
Yeah.
No, I think this one's as important as Control S. I use
it
subconsciously.
Well,
no, when I tell you, you got to know. So,
Go to No Talent.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. So, say I accidentally deleted that. Control Z is the undo button. And that will undo if you accidentally deleted something or did something you weren't supposed to.
Control Z.
Control Z is the undo key.
Okay.
Yes, I do use that one a lot.
Control Z to undo. Okay, so if I mistakenly delete that block of text,
You didn't copy it, you didn't do anything,
Right, it
it's
just went
gone,
away.
and you hadn't saved yet.
how do I get that back?
Well, Control key, Z, and it brings it right back.
Nice.
And you can do it multiple times on some programs too. If you made multiple mistakes and you just want to go back to where you were, Control Z a couple times, and sometimes you can get it all back.
And that's the functional equivalent of an undo command. And these menus at the top, oftentimes you'll notice, in fact I'm going to get my head out of the way a little bit, you see next to all of these menu options, new window, open save, if you look to the right, it shows you the shortcut, the keyboard shortcuts that we're talking about that go with each one of these. Control O to open, Control S to save, Control N for new, and so on down the line. Control V to paste, Control Z undo, and so on. All right. So there's our shortcut keys.
Yeah.
I know, it's killing us, isn't it?
Well, no, I think there's somebody waiting out there. I don't know.
All right.
So, I mean, aside from that, the YouTube, I use all the number keys up at the top to control where I am in the video.
Oh, yeah.
So if I need to go back, the number keys will take you to the different spots in the video. And the up and down arrow controls your volume.
Oh, that's interesting. So on a YouTube video, you can use your right and left arrows?
The up and down is volume, and I use the numbers to take me to different parts in the video.
So just pressing a different number key at the top of your keyboard.
You press 1, it'll go towards the beginning of the video, and you press 9, and it goes towards the end.
And anywhere in between.
And anywhere in between through the numbers.
Well, that's cool. So that's got to be another one of those assisted, disability assisted type things, which would help people that don't have good mouse navigation and want to move through the video. That works. Sounds good. I'll use it.
Yeah, the volume one I use probably the most.
I can see with the volume. Yeah, you won't have to fool with reaching
too.
for the mouse. Yeah. And Jay Calero says Windows H is a newer one which opens speech recognition. Now, I haven't used Windows speech recognition. I have downloaded a few speech recognition programs because, frankly, I haven't found it to be good enough for my purposes. But H, okay, there it is at the top of the screen.
That might be something you have to enable.
And
it's not even turned on.
Yeah.
For dictation apps, using online recognition. So
I'll check it out.
That's worth looking at, particularly for people that are recording in a Word document or something like that. You want to try it out. Windows H, got to have a microphone, turn it on.
Or if you're good at speaking and not good at typing, you can speak out what you want written down, and then you can throw it into ChatGPT to edit it.
Yeah, you can create an email using speech recognition. That'd be a common one. You hit the record button, say what it is you want to say, see how it comes out, do some minor edits, and send it off.
Yeah. Pretty cool technology.
What else you got?
I mean, we could pick something from the list from here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we went through all my more commonly
That was
used
incredible
hotkeys.
Journey down the
hotkeys.
The hotkey road. I had no idea we were going to go down that far. Boy, screen and email problems, storage space, compatibility. I feel like we're all under pressure to open the store.
Yeah,
up.
I am. I got a couple phone calls that I've heard come in, and I know customers are waiting. It's the beginning of the week.
He's my son. I can feel the energy, and he's right. We've got customers that are waiting out the door. We've gone past the 11 o'clock hour. So thanks very much for watching. We hope that you found this to be educational. And if you've got questions, be sure, pick up the phone, give us a call, or drop us an email. We can help you from anywhere that you are.
Yeah, same with if you have any ideas for things you'd like us to talk about. Remember, we normally will be trying to do Tuesday and Saturday, but we might randomly do these a lot more now that we have the technology set up.
Yep. All right.
You got anything profound you want to add to this?
Not particular.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Have a good one.
Take care.